and welcome to a midweek episode. We had actually stopped the midweeks because of the IPL and we were doing live streaming. But some of you have been asking for midweek updates.
And we'll try to keep this as frequently possible.
Correct. So, welcome to midweek. This is where we discuss everything that has happened in our lives.
Randomly.
First of all, before we begin, I think thank you for 50k subscribers.
Yeah. Congratulations, Mama.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to us. Congratulations to everybody.
Yeah.
Is there in this room. We've hit 50k.
Correct.
It feels very nice. 6 months ago, Mama.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
so much strength it gives.
Yeah.
How has this been? How has this 15k reaching a 50k subscriber
It's been good.
has been?
Yeah, it's
Me
been
feeling
good.
చెప్పండి.
ఫీలింగ్ బాగుంది సంతోష్తో పనిచేసి చాలా ఎక్సైటింగ్ ఆయన చాలా హార్డ్ వర్కింగ్ ఆయన సో యా నో బట్ మోర్ దెన్ దట్ ఇట్స్ లైక్ వెన్ వీ స్టార్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ వీ వర్ అన్ష్యూర్ అబౌట్ ద ఫార్మాట్ అండ్ వాట్ ఇట్ ఇస్ బట్ ఐఎమ్ హ్యాపీ దట్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ ఓకే వాచింగ్ 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours of interviews.
Correct.
And we succeeded in, like, I think in the 6 months we never tried to stoke any fires, cause any controversy, be sensational in any way.
That's true.
So I think that's a win for us. Yeah,
And the surprise package was the live streams.
yeah, the IPL live streams.
Live stream was very engaging and new discovery, I think we felt.
Yeah.
And we also have some, you want to tell what we have for store, in the store, ఈ వచ్చే next 6 months లో.
Correct. We have new formats. Firstly, you have to take the membership.
Oh,
Because this is the free package, but in the membership you get really awesome benefits.
yeah.
This month we have a watch along with a very famous guest,
Next month,
July, with a very well-loved guest.
well-loved guest, yeah. On
Right?
the internet also.
Yeah, and so you watch something that they have worked in along with them, with their expert comments.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is there. We are also doing a permit room live
Live show at a venue.
Yeah,
We had to
on
fix.
July 27th. The links will be up with this in the description. You can go purchase tickets for that.
Yeah.
So we are expanding in a few fun ways, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
But before all of that, thank you so much for the 50,000 views.
Thank you
and
so
for
much.
sticking along. Correct.
Hope this first almost like a half year, no? I hope that also has been good for you guys. Let's go into our topics, Mama.
Correct. But before that, I feel like which was your favorite episode so far?
So far, 2-3 were there. Nandini Reddy's I really loved, and Camp Sashi's also was
Correct.
good.
Yeah. For me also same. Cam Shashi and Rahul Ravindran.
But most touching was Naveen Chandra's.
Naveen Chandra's was something else, man. It was
I also
kind of surreal.
went through some therapy
Yeah.
talking to him. Man.
Correct. Yeah, mine also was
Cam
Avanti
Shashi
Cinema.
and Avanti
Cam
Cinema.
Shashi and Rohit.
Rohit.
Correct. All right. Before that, a personal update. How is life going for you generally?
Life కొంచెం like because of the summer, no? Also summer, man, damn. Because of summer sales, నాకు కొంచెం బాగా యాంగ్జైటీ తోటి ఉండే వన్ ఆఫ్ మై ఎంప్లాయర్ లెఫ్ట్ బట్ లక్కీలీ వచ్చేసిండు మళ్ళీ బ్యాక్ టు మా షాప్కి వచ్చేసిండు. సో ఒక 1 month వెన్ హీ వాజ్ నాట్ దేర్ ఇట్ వాస్ వెరీ టఫ్ టు మేనేజ్ వేకింగ్ అప్ మార్నింగ్ at 7 o'clock లుకింగ్ అట్ ద లోడ్ షీట్స్ అవన్నీ ప్రిపేర్ ఈవెన్ టిల్ నౌ ఇట్ లైక్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ హాంట్స్ మీ టు లూజ్ ఒక రిసోర్స్ రైట్ అట్ ద పీక్ ఆఫ్ ద బిజినెస్. అప్పటిదాకా తయారు చేసుకొని పెట్టుకున్నా ఫర్ ద సీజన్, అప్పుడు లేకపోయేసరికి ఇట్ వాజ్ ఒక హ్యాండ్ సడన్గా కట్ అయిపోయినట్టు అనిపించింది. బట్ సమ్ ఐ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ గాట్ కొంచెం స్ట్రెంత్ ఆల్సో దట్ ఐ క్యాన్ యాక్చువల్లీ మేనేజ్ ఇట్ వితౌట్ ఎనీ సపోర్ట్ అనే ఒక స్ట్రెంత్ అయితే వచ్చేసింది. సమ్ చేసిన దట్ ఇస్ ద ఓన్లీ థింగ్ దట్ వాస్ రన్నింగ్ ఇన్ మై హెడ్. హౌ వాజ్ యోర్స్?
No, it was nice
Mentally
because
and,
earlier
physically.
when we began the podcast, I had quit drinking and smoking cigarettes, and that was amazing for me. But then Buddha always asked to find the middle path in everything. So now I'm seeking the middle path.
It became more amazing.
Yeah, it became more amazing because I feel like anyway. All right, but apart from that, apart from personal life, I felt like the IPL was the highlight of the summer.
Yeah, actually I had kind of, we'll go from topic to topic, no? Kind of had personal winnings there were many personal winnings that I kind of related to. మజా వచ్చింది ఈ ఫస్ట్ హాఫ్ సో ఫార్. ఫస్ట్ గోయింగ్ విత్ సన్రైజర్స్ ఐపీఎల్ వేర్ మీకు తెలియదేమో పీపుల్ హూ హ్యావ్ నాట్ కమ్ ఆన్ పర్మిట్ రూమ్ క్రికెట్, దిస్ ఈస్ ద అఫీషియల్ అన్అఫీషియల్ అడ్డా ఆఫ్ సన్రైజర్స్ హైదరాబాద్. మేము కలిసి మ్యాచెస్ చూసినాం చాలా మందితోటి. And it was one very good experience because we rooted for Sunrisers from the beginning before it opened up. And we were like saying Pat Cummins will silence everyone. Final Minayin Cheshi Pangons.
So that's what I liked. He silenced everybody. Then in the final, he silenced SRH fans also. As a true
Beautiful. He
silencer.
completed everyone.
Yeah. But that was what a tournament.
Tournament, yeah.
Yeah. And it might sound controversial now, but when you watch the T20 World Cup, for all the criticism IPL gets, you realize IPL was fun.
Yeah.
There is something going on over there.
Correct.
Right?
ఇట్ వాస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ లైక్ ఈ మ్యాచెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే ఐ డోంట్ నో అది లో స్కోరింగ్ వల్లనో లేకపోతే కాదో తెలియదు కానీ అంత ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ అంత అబ్బీట్ ఒక ఎనర్జీ లేదు. దెర్ ఇస్ నో ఐ డోంట్ నో రూటింగ్ ఎస్పెషలీ ఫర్ ఇండియా టీమ్ ఆల్సో పెద్దగా ఇట్స్ నాట్ గెటింగ్ యాజ్ మచ్. నేను సన్ రైజర్స్కి మనం ఎంత రూట్ చేసినామో అది సడన్గా ఇండియా టీమ్కి రూట్ చేయాలన్నా ఓకే ఎవ్రీవన్ ఇస్ ప్లేయింగ్ వెల్ బట్ మై కోహ్లీ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో నాట్ ప్లేయింగ్ వెల్ సో దట్ ఆల్సో ఇస్ maybe the reason unable to connect much with the games that's going on now.
T20 World Cup.
World Cup.
You think it's because we have been so used to big scores that low scores are seeming
maybe
dull?
What do you think? Are you finding them interesting, the T20 World Cup matches?
No, not really.
League
Not
matches.
really. Because it's like, see, most of them are minnow teams, at least till now that we played. And for some reason, I feel it's an overdose of
Cricket.
T20 cricket that has happened in the last 2 months. So it is very tiring now, to even watch it. But who do you think is going to win the T20 World Cup?
I think again India or Australia వస్తుంది because it looks like ఇప్పుడు Pakistan is out. One of whom I thought like semi-final కి వస్తారేమో అనుకున్నా. They are out.
They're definitely out.
They're definitely out. Almost. ఇక అయిపోయింది ఇక. It's done. శ్రీలంక is out. ఇంగ్లాండ్ మళ్ళీ ఏదో నడుస్తుంది కాంట్రవర్సీ ఆఫ్ ఇఫ్ యూ mess up with the intent of match there is రేపు ఉన్నది అనుకుంటా కదా మ్యాచ్ బై టైమ్ దిస్ ఎపిసోడ్ కమ్స్ రిజల్ట్ కూడా ఉంటుంది. సో ఇంగ్లాండ్ ఆల్సో లాస్ట్ అండ్ వన్ వాజ్ డ్రా విత్ స్కాట్లాండ్ సో దే హ్యావ్ లెసర్ ఛాన్సెస్ అండ్ స్కాట్లాండ్ హ్యాస్ అ బెటర్ ఛాన్స్.
కరెక్ట్.
విత్ విన్ అగేన్స్ట్ ఆస్ట్రేలియా దెన్ స్కాట్లాండ్ గోస్. సో అక్కడ అండ్ సౌత్ ఆఫ్రికా అండ్ ఐ థింక్ వెస్ట్ ఇండీస్ ఆర్ ఆన్ టాప్ ఆన్ ద అదర్ సైడ్. సో డోంట్ నో వీ విల్ హ్యావ్ లైక్ సూపర్ 8 విత్ యుఎస్ఏ అండ్ స్కాట్లాండ్. సో ఎనీథింగ్ కెన్ చేంజ్ ఏమని అనిపిస్తుంది. విల్ గో అప్పుడు క్యారేబియన్ టు ప్లే కంప్లీట్లీ కదా. ఇవి డిఫరెంట్ పిచ్లు ఇప్పుడు యూఎస్ఏలో ఉన్నాయి. అక్కడికి పోతే డిఫరెంట్ మేబీ హై స్కోరింగ్ నడుస్తుందేమో అక్కడ బికాస్ సౌత్ ఆఫ్రికా హిట్ ఒక 200 ఏదో మ్యాచ్ లో విత్ ఇంగ్లాండ్. సో హోప్ ఇట్ గెట్స్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ దెన్.
I don't have too high hopes on the Indian cricket team.
And it's like now at ఈ టైంలో doesn't matter who wins.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't matter. I don't feel like anybody cares.
పెద్ద
and we have reached that part, like 10-15 years ago, you would watch fans of Premier League and they would be really passionate about the club and not really care so much about the national side.
Correct. It's
you'd be like, how is that possible? Yeah, but now I get it, why it's possible, right? There's a whole narrative over the years. But I don't know, man. I feel like we went with a very safe team for the T20 World Cup. We went for the team, like even if you ask a 10-year-old who would be in the team, they would choose that team. It's a very safe team. Correct. And I don't think safe teams win T20 World Cups. So, but everybody I ask, 95% are saying, dude, Australia is going to win. So, I think that World Cup trauma is still, the flesh wound is still kind of burning. So, those are...
I want South Africa to surprise, but I don't know.
South Africa will never win anything. Really. It's a divine karma that is operating. It's my theory, guys. Anyway, controversial opinion, but it is what I believe. Which brings us to our the most anticipated topic. Did you vote this time?
Yeah,
even I have still.
Nails going off. It's been like more than a month.
What was the experience for you to vote?
Like I voted twice now. I voted during December. That was like my proper drama phase. This central elections Telangana just MP కోసం ఉండే and we knew who will win. So it was not I didn't participate in this central elections much. State elections December లో it was మజా వచ్చింది అప్పుడు. బట్ మజా పక్కింట్లో మజా వచ్చింది in AP.
Correct.
Where Pawan Kalyan and the Kutami గెలిచిండ్రు the way they won it.
How did you feel after that?
I'll tell you, it is like a personal win laga. Because been rooting for Pawan Kalyan, not as a politician, but I wrote him off appudu kuda. I was like a chicken. I was like a chickened out, like an asshole. But I didn't know that he'll make this much impact. Though I knew, okay, itlanti intentions unte nijanga politics ki panik ostaya leda అని ఒక క్వశ్చన్ మార్క్ ఉండేది. మంచి చేయాలని ఉన్నది, బట్ అరే ఇది మూవీలో పనికి వస్తుందేమో, మరి నిజంగా వస్తుందో రాదో అనుకున్నా. బట్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఖుషి I felt like this was the biggest hit that Pawan Kalyan got, and such a very not hit like in like real hero hit. Seeing a real hero becoming a real hero, అట్లాంటి ఒక పర్సనల్ బయాస్ తోటి మజా అనిపించింది. అండ్ ఆల్సో వాళ్ళ పాలిటిక్స్ హ్యావ్ బికమ్ మోర్ డర్టీ ఆల్సో, నో, లైక్ హౌ ఎన్సీబీ గాట్ అరెస్టెడ్ అండ్ హౌ ఇట్ ఇస్ అ కమ్ బ్యాక్, అండ్ ఇట్ లుక్ లైక్ అ నైస్ డ్రామా దట్ టర్న్డ్ అరౌండ్ అండ్ షోస్ లైక్ మంచి డెమోక్రసీ కంట్రీలోనే ఉన్నాం.
Yeah, true. It was also like, see, now people will say whatever they want. But as an outsider to Andhra politics, I was quite fascinated by it because, no matter what you say, he was in the game. He didn't pull out,
Correct.
didn't merge with other parties. He stayed in the game. And apparently, he won all the seats that he contested.
Only party to have won like 100% strike rate.
Yeah. So how did you feel as a fan?
As a fan, I felt really great. That's the saying, the personal win. మజా అనిపించింది. అదే ఇప్పుడు ఐ థింక్ మంచి రోజులు రావచ్చేమో ఫర్ ఏపీ విత్. సో వెన్ ఐ వాజ్ గోయింగ్ త్రూ దట్ వెబ్సైట్, వాస్ టెల్లింగ్ ప్రజాస్వామ్యంలో ప్రజలకు రాజకీయ జవాబుతనం ఉండాలి ఇస్ హిజ్ మోటివ్ ఆఫ్ ప్రజారాజ్యం. అదేంటిది పొలిటికల్ అకౌంటబిలిటీ ఉండాలని. బట్ లైక్ యూ సెడ్, యూ హ్యావ్ టు డిస్కస్ మోర్ లేయర్స్ బియాండ్ దట్ ఆల్సో. బట్ ఫర్ నౌ అట్లీస్ట్ అది లేదు మనకు. వి ఆల్వేస్ లైక్ కమ్ అక్రాస్, అరే పొలిటీషియన్స్ 5 yearsకి ఒకసారి వచ్చి ఒక ప్రామిస్ చేస్తారు, దాని తర్వాత 5 yearsకి కనిపించరు, మళ్ళీ దాని తర్వాత ఏం చేస్తారో ఏమో తెలియదు, మళ్ళీ 5 years తర్వాత వస్తారు. ఆ అకౌంటబిలిటీ క్వశ్చన్ చేస్తూ ఫ్రమ్ రైట్ వెన్ హీ వన్, లైక్ ఓడిపోయినప్పుడు ఒక్కడే ఉన్నాడు, బట్ వెన్ హీ వన్ హీ వాజ్ లైక్ విత్ ఎవ్రీ వన్. సో ఒక మంచి క్యారెక్టర్ కనిపించింది. అండ్ పీపుల్ వుడ్ లైక్, నా ఫ్రెండ్స్ అండ్ ఆల్ హూ ఆర్ లైక్ యూస్ టు కిక్ మై యాస్ ఇన్ కాలేజ్ అండ్ ఆల్ చెప్పేటోళ్ళు, ఎందుకు రా ఎవరికి పాలిటిక్స్ అవన్నీ చెప్పేటోడు. నౌ దట్ హీ ఈస్ వన్, ఇట్ గివ్స్ అ నైస్.
Did you reply back to them? Like, yo,
reply. But we shared memes and on group we just like keep discussing, no?
Correct.
Kottindu adidani. It's like and for Telugu people also, we've not witnessed what NTR did kada appatlo.
Correct.
So we never saw what is it like ఒక ఫిల్మ్ స్టార్ బికమింగ్ అ పొలిటీషియన్. అండ్ దట్ వాస్ లైక్ ఎన్టీఆర్ ఆఫ్టర్ హిస్ పీక్. మేము అప్పటికి కృష్ణ వాళ్ళందరూ వచ్చేసారు. సో ఫర్ దిస్ జనరేషన్ ఐ థింక్ హూ ఇస్ విట్నెసింగ్, అండ్ హీ స్టిల్ ఇన్ హిస్ పీక్. ఇన్ మూవీస్లో కూడా ఈజ్ ఇన్ పీక్స్ ఓన్లీ. అండ్ వెన్ హీ హిట్స్ దిస్ ఇట్లా కుంభస్థలం బద్దలు కొట్టేటట్టు ఆన్ ద బుల్సై, ఇఫ్ హీ హిట్స్ విత్ లైక్ 100 out of, నాట్ ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ వుడ్ హావ్ లాస్ట్ 20 seats, ఐ మీన్ 21లో 20 గెలిచినా it could have been little కొంచెం డిఫరెంట్. 21కి 21, 2కి 2 కొట్టిన this thing record, and he's known for flops. And 10 years is something that, he always like 10 flops తర్వాత ఒక హిట్ కొట్టిండు. 10 years ఈ పొలిటికల్ క్యాంపెయినింగ్ తర్వాత ఒక ఇంత హిట్ కొట్టిండు, అంటే a win కొట్టిండు. So that kind of actually now it kind of makes sense of what all he wanted to push. And now if you like watch back all his songs or what he was trying to do through his movies, somewhere he was putting out his ideologies. Ye mera jahan, ye ghar, ye mera ashiya, or in Gudumba Shankar songs and all. So man, Telugu audience, Telugu heroes also, they project their ideologies through their first song. Adoka pattern undi kada. Pawan Kalyan had that voice, but that time appudu ekkuva lekka cheyaledu. We were like thinking, are endi idi itluntada, nijanga life lo avutada ani. Now that people have answered, hopefully it turns good for him.
Yeah. No, there were some things about this election that really struck with me. One is that when you're a country of 1.4 billion people, you can't assume anything. In the sense that what you see on reels is not actually what is going on in the ground. Right? And number 2 is that collectively the average evens out. Like the country will make the best decision for the country at that time, which is, if you look at the central elections also,
I was surprised
it was
with
probably the best decision.
Correct.
Which is whatever, retained the power, but got a few questions raised about the opposition.
Yeah.
So it was just so beautiful.
Yeah, people who won were happy.
People who lost
were happy.
Yeah. So it was one of those, like, it was like a Sankranti movie that everybody liked. The elections. Yeah, that was beautiful. Also, the other thing about this time's elections was this was the first elections where memes and reels played such a big role.
Correct.
It was always like social media was removed from all of this. Now it is just beautifully intertwined.
Even before elections, I think there was this propaganda or whatever, their ideologies were like pushed through social media did play a big role in
Correct.
connecting with audience. Like all first time voters of this generation,
Yeah.
they had like I think gone Hyderabad vacate చేసేసింది మొత్తం.
And imagine like if you're a youngster in Andhra and you have always been a Pawan Kalyan fan, like your uh, family has been a fan, then you go vote for the first time and he wins. Must be a good feeling, right?
Correct,
So I think in this election, a lot of youngsters, because I still remember till the last election, which is the 2019 elections, a lot of people would be like, no, why should we vote and all that. But this time you can see a change that people have, even the youngsters have realized that, no, there is something to it.
How was it for you? You went back to Orissa and voted, no?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
This was remarkable. Like from the time you can think of your childhood, only Navin Patnaik was the CM.
Yes, yes. And again, I am okay with that decision. I mean, I might not be personally okay with it, but I feel like finally India is so large and has so many people that the people collectively decide what is best for them. You know? So, but one thing I noticed very interestingly is when I came back and told people who I voted for, they would say things like, why did you vote for him? He anyway lost.
After the result.
After the result. So it is like probably the perception is like of a Dream 11, Fantasy 11.
Why did you choose that player?
Yeah, you know,
Correct.
but that is not what politics is about. It's about
or
putting
voting is about.
Yeah, it's about putting your idea across. I think I said this in one of the lives also because it seems like a deja vu thing. But overall, the elections were so beautiful.
Yeah.
And, you know, all these questions that people raise about is India functioning democracy? You know, and like, you know,
Vote for money.
or no, or the kind of words that, you know, some of these Western publications use without any, like, they'll call it an autocracy, a fascist state. These are words you have to be very careful because they mean something, you know, like you can't call somebody a fascist because you don't agree with their ideology. It is just loose, you know, low hanging fruits that are thrown. But these elections, I think, would have made the whole world kind of sit up and say, no, man, there is something truly beautiful about India. It is the fact that they are a robust democracy.
Yeah.
Especially seeing who we are surrounded by all sides. You know, as all democratic machinery is crumbling around us, we still stood up.
Yeah.
So I think this election is something all Indians should be proud of, no matter who you voted for, whether they won or lost.
Yeah.
It is just, it was just
by
so
far like
beautiful.
one of the best election results also.
Yeah.
Like we knew when Manmohan came, when he came second time also, then we knew, okay, fine, this time Modi's come, he came. Second time he'll come. Though third time also came in the center, it was a very nice result.
Yeah. And I feel like this elections would make a lot of politicians sit up and take notice. When they're in the opposition, you're like, okay, man, we are a robust democracy. If you are in power, you're like, okay, man, the people are smart. You're always one election away from being routed away. So, yeah, it was just so beautiful for me to see. And as somebody who's been tracking elections from so many years, whether as a journalist or generally as somebody who's passionate about it, it was just a very, very satisfying feeling for me.
Results.
Cool. Apart from that, movies, what are you waiting for?
Movies Kalki.
What do you think is going to be the fate of Kalki?
I think it'll be good. People are like, I'm rooting for Kalki, man. I'm rooting for Kalki big time because నా ఇమాజినేషన్ నుంచి ఎక్కడ పోతున్నది సార్. ఓకే, పీపుల్ ఆర్ సేయింగ్ డూన్ అదేదో అంటున్నారు కానీ ఐ నెవర్ ఇమాజిన్ ఒక తెలుగు సినిమా ఎట్లుంటుందా. నేను చూసినప్పటి నుంచి ప్రేమించుకుందాం రా అన్ని టైమ్స్ నుంచి చూస్తుంటే మహానటి ఆల్సో అక్కడ దాకా వచ్చిన, బాహుబలి వరకు వచ్చినా కానీ, RRR వరకు వచ్చినా ఓకే, స్టిల్ ఇట్ ఇస్ తెలుగు ఫ్లేవర్ ఉన్న ఫిలిం లానే ఉంది. బట్ ఇది ఇట్ రియలీ సర్ప్రైజ్ మీ. ఐ డెంట్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ like this kind of scape, like, you know, we go to the really end of the city. Where I connected was like, okay, the first city I know was Varanasi. So okay, the last existing city also is Varanasi. So, and what is that complex that is like sucking everything into it, which we know, no, that some aliens will come and suck off the life out of the, in a very layman terms చెప్పిండు, but it looks little interesting.
Correct.
And I feel I'm waiting for, but I don't know, promotions ఎందుకంత slow ఉన్నాయో.
No, you can't tell now.
I can't
Like Pushpa didn't have enough promotions, but it went on to become a monstrous hit. But like we did with Animal, let's predict the story of Kalki. What do you
Kalki?
think is the story?
Okay.
Cool. What's your prediction?
So I think what Ashwatthama says, okay, you're going to give life to a new world. దాన్ని ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేయమని he hires భైరవ. బట్ భైరవ ఇస్ ఆన్ సమ్ అదర్ మోటివ్. కొంచెం టైం ట్రావెల్ మీద ఏమన్నా ఉందా, లైక్ హీఈస్ ప్రొటెక్టింగ్ హిమ్సెల్ఫ్ ఆర్ like going somewhere like the tagline for this is heroes are not born, they rise. So maybe that force that he's protecting is actually not that no, is not the Kalki, but he is Kalki. He rises to become the Kalki and saves the universe.
Correct.
ఏదో అని అని అనుకుంటున్నాను.
No, my prediction is that it's a future dystopia. Natural resources are scarce. The planet has gotten completely depleted of resources. There is somebody who has taken up power, and they are all bowing down to that great power. Kiskin, no, something he said, no, that
Only one. Yaskin.
Yaskin, yeah. So that person is controlling. It's like Mad Max. You know how Mad Max, the water is
Yaskin
controlled by
is, I
one
think,
person?
Kamal Hassan అనుకుంటున్నాను.
Could be. And meanwhile, Ashwathama has been cursed from then, Amitabh Bachchan. And he has been cursed to roam around the earth forever with pus and boils all over. But he finds that there is one way he can redeem himself if he brings Kalki onto
the
earth. And I feel like it is a world where people have become infertile, like a little bit from Children of Men. You know that movie? Children of Men? Children of God or Children of Men? Children of Men. So I feel that like nobody's getting pregnant or you know, and then suddenly Deepika Padukone is found and she's pregnant. So Ashwathama decides to protect the baby inside to redeem himself and finally end this 6,000 year misery of just living like a person. And Prabhas meanwhile is a bounty hunter. He has grown up as an orphan. And he has had a few flings with Disha Patani and all that, but he's never serious about life. He's just single-mindedly focused on getting units.
To go into that complex.
To go into the complex.
Oh no, correct.
Right? Because 1 million units is what you need to go into the complex. And since he grew up on the streets, he dreams of a better life for himself. And he goes in there. But this time, the toughest mission that is given by the leader is that you have to go and get that woman, Deepika Padukone. Because Kamal Hassan, who is the big villain, needs that.
Or maybe that
child.
woman has like the maximum number of units for him. For him,
or maybe it's a rarity to have a child. So Prabhas goes in to kind of bring that guy. But he has to face off with who is protecting Deepika Padukone, Ashwathama. So it's a battle between those two guys.
Ashwathama and
Bhairava. And towards the end of the movie, in the ending, he'll realize that no, he's fighting the battle from the wrong side. That he will mutiny against them. And that's what, at least till part 1. Part 2, I guess.
సో పార్టీ ఉంటుందా అందులో?
I feel like, isn't there a part 2?
ఉంటుంది కరెక్ట్.
Yeah. So then he'll realize that, I don't know if, see, I would really like it. I'll tell you what I would want in the movie. I would want that there is no romance between Deepika Padukone and Prabhas.
Yeah.
Because it takes away from a...
Yeah, that's not shown in the trailer also. They didn't hint also towards
I don't
it.
know. Maybe it will not be that because if you watch Mad Max, there is Tom Hardy and there is Charlize Theron, and both of them are badass fighters, and there is a mutual respect, but they are fighters, and you know that I really love that. I hope we have elements of that. It will be the first time something like that will be done. And Nagashwan has a thing for canvases, I feel. So yeah, I have my hopes up about the movie, but this is my prediction of the story. Let us know what is your prediction of the story in the comments.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say? Final message.
The message. First half has gone okay. It was challenging so far. I think we are almost done with first half of 2024 now.
Correct.
Just waiting for some more summers to end completely. I want to get done with this heat and then take up new challenges with Permit Room.
Correct. And we have lots of exciting guests. Some of them are people you have asked for many times. Some of them are people you wouldn't have expected. So
You won't expect.
Stick along. Get membership, please. Our membership is very cheap, and you get amazing number of benefits with the membership.
Yes. And we'll also try to continue doing this midweek more and more.
Correct.
In the weeks to come.
All right. Your final message, Santhosh.
చల్లగా ఉండండి, మంచిగా ఉండండి మామ అంతే.
Correct. Nice. Thank you so much.